So in this video, what we're going to be talking about is how to work from home and using VR to help you do that. So I've been wanting to get this video on for a while because when I was at Autodesk University, VR was a really big thing, and there's a couple companies I want to highlight. The first one we're going to be talking about is IrisVR and how it can help you collaborate while you're working from home.
Sure. So we have software called Prospect that enables you to perform coordination and design review meetings in your 3D models in virtual reality. And we make that process super simple. It's one click into VR.
Like Leah said, it is pretty simple. First thing you've got to do is you got to get the software. And you can go to IrisVR's website and get a free 14-day trial. And so you just click on free trial, sign up, they'll send you the link, you can download it and try it free for 14 days. The software is able to bring in Navisworks files, Revit files, Rhino files, and SketchUp files. And it is a pretty much a one-click integration. So once you get the software loaded and you bring up, let's say, a Navisworks model like what we've got here, it will create another icon up at the top of your toolbar that says IrisVR. So if you click on that and you see View in VR, and you'll click on that button there, and here's my export to Prospect. And so if you click right here, you can export what viewports you want to see inside the model inside of VR. So we've got our viewports right here from our clash detection that we did on this model here. And so we're going to click on that one. And then we're going to see what properties we want to see. What metadata we want to see inside the model. So we're using CADWorks, so we want to see the CADWorks metadata. And you can customize that also by pulling down that menu bar. So we want to see the description, we want to see the line number, the long annotation, the name, what size, what specification, and what tag. Once you got your information that you want in there, then you hit start processing. So once it's done processing, it's going to open up Prospect and ask you what project you want to place that model in. If you don't have one created, it'll ask you if you want to create one. If you have one that you want to use, you place it in that one. This is where you can actually see the model in VR. So if you come up here and go to launch, okay, so we're going to click on that and we're going to wait for it to come up. And you're going to see a little spinny ball right there. Okay, it'll say your file's ready, put on your headset and view in VR. And so that's what we're going to do. So once you have your headset on, you're going to be able to see the model. And this is what you call like a dollhouse mode. And so you can kind of see it. You can expand it. You can make it bigger or smaller. You can rotate around it if you want to. And this is really cool because you can see a full overview of the project. Now, the really cool thing about VR is actually seeing a 1-to-1 aspect ratio inside the model. So if you click right here on your thumbstick, press forward on the right thumbstick, you'll see a little dotted line and a little man that will show up. And so wherever you place that guy, and when you release your thumbstick, you're going to be transported to that location. So if you look up, you're going to be able to see everything in a 1-to-1 aspect ratio. So I'm in a seated position right now. And as I move around, if I stand up, you can see that the software knows where you are in space. So it knows that I just stood up. I'm 6'2", so this is what it would look like at this pump at 6'2". So I'm going to sit down because I don't know what the video is going to show. This is really good to see the layout of your design. Make sure you don't have any head knockers, or the operators can quickly and easily get to the valves without any obstructions. Now, if you look at your right controller, you'll see some icons on here. So here's screenshots. If we click on this, oh, look, there's no screenshots. You can take pictures if you want to. And if you hold out your right controller, you will see there's a little icon that has the photograph. So if we go ahead and take a picture, and we'll pull the trigger on that, and then look up here, you'll be able to see that there is a picture of what we just did. Also, we have on here included in a report. So now this photograph is now part of a report. So inspect elements. So if we say we want to see what this pipe right here is, okay, we'll click on it. And you can see that it turns blue. And you can see the metadata information, pipe, 4-inch. We've got the description here. There's no tag number on there. What the line number is, what the specification was that we created it with. You can also take measurements. You can select between imperial or metric and imperial. And so we want to go from here to down here. It gives us a dimension of 3'11". Now that is from here all the way down. What you can also, if you want to do, you can do perpendicular mode. So if we want to see what the differences between these two pump bases are, click on that. You can see that it's 3'5". Now you can also see that on your right joystick where it says 3'5". So the next thing is the viewports. These are the ones that we brought in from Navisworks, and you can select which one you want. So let's say we want to look at Clash 1. So we're going to click on Clash 1. It takes you immediately to that location. And you can see that we definitely have a Clash there. If we want to go see something else, like Clash 2, there's our Clash 2. It looks like it's probably right there, down at the bottom. And so you can jump between your different viewports that you put in there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the big one would be collaboration first and foremost, and then also just the InVR experience, which I know can't speak to as well right now in an interview, but when you give it a try, you'll really feel that it's not only a comfortable experience, but super user-friendly and intuitive. We've built it so that basically anybody can easily go into VR and immediately know how to use the tools that are in front of them.
So while looking at a model in VR with that 1-to-1 aspect ratio is pretty cool, where the software really comes into its own is the ability to conduct meetings. One person is the host, and then they can invite, I believe, up to about 12 people per meeting. And all they need to do is have a headset. The cool thing about this software is you don't need a heavy-duty workstation or laptop to run or to participate in the meeting. They've added support for the Oculus Quest, which, if you don't know, the Oculus Quest is a standalone VR headset that does not require a computer. Everything is contained inside the headset. And so it's very, very good, very easy to get
your participants without having a big old heavy machine to do all the grunt work. Just slap that on and be able to, conduct the meeting. So to conduct a meeting is very easy. Once you're into Prospect and you have your model loaded into Prospect, all you have to do is go to the third button right here, which is collaborators. You can send them an email with the link to the meeting, and they can click on that and log into it. Or you can set it to public sharing, give them a particular code, and then they're able to go into their computer or into the Quest and enter that code in on the sign in and join in. The benefit is if you get an invite, you don't need to have the full-blown software in order to use it. It gives you some limited features, but you can still go in there and talk to your collaborators, to the other people inside the meeting. Both the Rift S and the Quest have built-in microphones and headphones, so you use that to actually communicate back and forth. I'm going to try to show you how to log in using the Rift Quest the Oculus Quest, and show you how easy it is to get into the sign-on screen. So we're going to put the Oculus Quest on right now, and if you go over here to join code, you click on the join code, and then you'll see, okay, join the meeting. Okay, so this code Okay, so once you've got the code in, then you give the person a name and hit confirm. It'll go through and say, okay, these are the models that have been shared with me. So if you have more models that someone shared, then you can look at those. So we click on that one. It'll take a couple of seconds to download depending on the size of the file. Again, this is all running off for Wi-Fi, so it doesn't require heavy-duty machines going through Wi-Fi and going into the headset itself. So we're going to take a look at that. We can go to collaborate right here. Okay, we can see who is in the meeting so far. We got 3 participants, and the ones that are shown blue are the ones that are actually in it. So we're going to hit launch file. So once you're in the meeting, you'll be able to see the model just like you were if you were the host. If you click on your left controller to participants, you'll be able to see who is inside the meeting. So if we go to go to, we're going to click on there, we will go to wherever that person is. Now, since I'm not holding the handset right now, you kind of see that I'm, inside the ground. But you can see the name of the person. So let's turn around. You can see that they've got a headset on. And so you can go to exactly where they're located. Now again, since you don't have the full blown version, if you've just been invited to a meeting, you don't have all the options, but you can go look around. So let's go ahead and turn this off and go look around real quick. All the controls for the visitor's view basically are the same as they were for the main model. So you can fly up, fly to where you want to go, look at something. Again, you don't have the viewports, you don't have the measuring tools, you don't have that kind of stuff, but you can see the model and communicate with your team. So first things first, in no way am I getting paid to demonstrate this software. I just think it's really good. There's a couple other softwares I want to demonstrate to you guys, and those will be coming over the next couple weeks. It's just something that I started looking at last year for our company, and we're trying to implement that with our clients, and it's going over very well. So IrisVR is a good software, but like any software, nothing's perfect. So I want to go over some things I like and I don't like. So the things I don't like first is the dimensioning. I wish when you selected 2 points, it would give you the X, Y, and Z dimensions on that, and the overall, but mostly the X, Y, and Z. I think that would be a useful feature. Text to speech, or speech to text. I wish it had that feature where you could do some recording and it would go into the report automatically. The next one is I wish it had support for meetings with the smaller VR headsets like the Oculus Go. The Oculus Go is very easy to get. You can get those pretty much anywhere, and they're not sold out like the Oculus Rift S and the Quest right now. A couple things I really like. I think it has some good benefits over its competitor. Is it actually imports the viewports from Navisworks. So you do all your heavy lifting inside of Navisworks, create your viewports. Like you saw me do, I was able to run a clash, save those out as export, and then go over them one by one. Next one is selecting what metadata you want to see, or BIM data you want to see inside of the VR from Navisworks. That's a really good feature. Again, you let Navisworks do the heavy lifting, and the export feature is kind of an intermediate. The next one is very important to me, is that you can actually see the CADWorks data inside of VR, inside the BIM data inside of VR, and I think that is very, very important to me. I'm pretty sure it works the same way with AutoCAD Plant 3D. Haven't tried it yet. I'm a big CADWorks guy, so that's all I pretty much use and try out. But that is a very big one. So I hope that gives you a little look inside of IrisVR and what it can do and how it might be able to help you. I find these technologies really, really cool, and so we're going to be demonstrating more and more of them as they come on the market. The cool thing is that it's a good way to conduct a meeting. You don't have to be in the same room. You don't have to be in the same building. You don't have to be in the same city or state. You can be all around the world when you participate in these meetings, and that's where its real strong point is. If there's something else you'd like for us to look at, another software or hardware or something you want me to review, please let me know. I'd gladly try to get my hands on it and see what they say and you know, try it out and let you know what I think about it. If I don't like it, I'll let you know. I'll let you know exactly what I like and I don't like. So please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends and let us know what you'd like to see in the future.